What up YouTube? I'm back. So it's been a while. The last time I did a video was 2 weeks ago for a Tower of Gods review, but in today's video we're going to talk about the Attack on Titan final season trailer, which was really exciting because Attack on Titan has become probably my favorite anime of all time, and I've watched a lot of anime, but it's a great anime. The third season was incredible, and it seems like the fourth season is gonna be even better. So let's get right to it, man. So in that shot right there, we can see it seems like a child soldier, like Annie, Bertold, and Reiner were when they were kids. When they attacked the wall where Eren, Mikasa, and Armin are living right now. So it seems like where they're from, being a child soldier is pretty normal, which is fucked up. But right after we see that child, we can see a city, with walls around it. It's not Shiganshina, obviously. It's not where I think where Eren, Mikasa, and Eren are living. It seems like maybe it's where Reiner is from. And it's pretty interesting, because obviously there's walls, and we don't know if they're being protected from Titans or if they're being protected by from other humans, like maybe Eren or Mikasa or Armin or all the guys from the wall, so that I thought was pretty interesting. One thing that I want to talk about before we continue other shots that I saw in the trailer is that the final season of Attack on Titan is being animated by Studio Mapa, so it's a different studio than the other three seasons. I think the first three seasons was Studio Wit, and they did an exceptional job with the animation and art and everything that they did for this show. But I've heard that Studio Mapa is a great studio, and from what we've seen in the trailer, they're going to do a great job for the final season of this anime, so I can't wait. Anyway, another thing that I thought was really important in the trailer was that shot right there of that girl, because I've read the manga, I've not finished it, but I've started this arc in the manga. I'm at the beginning of it. I stopped since, but she's really important, man, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for anime onlys, but she's something else. If I continue to talk, my hatred will take over, so I'm not gonna spoil anything, but she's pretty important. Then we saw Eren's half brother. Obviously we were kind of introduced to him with more information in the last season, in the second half of the third season, and he's pretty important, man. Like I said, he's Eren's half brother. I don't remember his name, because it's been a while, but he's a really interesting character, so I can't wait to know more about him and his motives, because he knew that Eren was his half brother. We also saw Reiner. He's basically the last one standing between one of his friends that saved him when he arrived at the wall, Bertold and Annie. Annie is still in the crystal right now. Bertold obviously was aided by Armin last season, so that Armin could survive. And yeah, man, he's the last standing, so we'll have to see what he's gonna do. We also saw two Titans, and it seems like they were new Titans that we saw. We saw that guy right there. It seems like he has armor on his face, it's pretty awesome. He was attacking some troops. I thought that was pretty cool, to see other kind of Titan shifters, because we've seen Annie, we've seen Bertold, we've seen Reiner, obviously Eren, we've seen the founding Titan and everything like that, but it seems like this was a new one. And we also saw that one right there. I think we saw that Titan in the third season while the scouts were fighting, the Beast Titan, Bertold, and Reiner. So I thought that was pretty interesting because he had firearms on his back in that shot right there. So that was really interesting. We also saw another type of Titan. It seems like it was armored all over his body, you know, so that was quite interesting. That must be a strong ass Titan shifter, because from what we saw, from what we see in that shot right there, he has armor all over his body, you know, so that was pretty cool. It seems like we're going to be introduced to the other Titan shifters that we've been hearing about, you know, in the last season, because there was a lot of lore drop in season 3 and we learned a lot, you know, so we know that there's about 7 or 9 Titan shifters, you know, and we're gonna learn about them even more in the final season, so I can't wait. Obviously, we saw a shot of Mikasa right there. I don't think it's a spoiler, but that's Mikasa. She has shorter hairs, and she looks better, I think, in my opinion. You know, I like her with shorter hair like that than what we've seen, you know, since season 1, basically. But I think she looks pretty good. I can't wait to see her in the final season, because she's my favorite character by far, I think, you know. So I'm guessing she'll have a big role like she's had, you know, in previous season. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see her in action, because that's gonna be amazing. Because we all know that they've been attacked. The reason that they've been attacked by Titan is because of that other nation, you know, that hates them, you know. So it's gonna be an all-out war, so that's gonna be crazy. And Mikasa obviously is one of the greatest warrior that we know, and you know, we'll see her in action against other humans again, so it's gonna be exciting. We also got to see Eren. You know, he has a different character design. I don't think it's a spoiler either, because the way that they did the trailer was, you know, saying his name, and right after that this shot was there, you know. So I don't think it's a spoiler for me to say that's Eren Yeager. He has a different obviously character design. It seems like there's a time skip. I don't exactly remember how much, you know, how many years has passed, but there's some years that has passed, I think. So that's gonna be interesting to see. I really like Eren's character design. I really like that character design a lot more than the ones that we've seen since season 1. You know, he looks a lot more mature. He looks a lot more decisive, you know, and more kind of rogue, I guess. So I really like that. There was also a new key visual for the final season of Attack on Titan. It's that one right there, you know. We can see, it seems like Eren's Titan form, and the guy at the bottom of all the buildings and everything, it seems like it's Reiner, you know. So I thought that was pretty interesting, because I saw a tweet on Twitter that it was pretty symbolic, because the first key visual for the first season of Attack on Titan is basically the same thing. You know, we see the colossal Titan, and you know, we see Eren with his blade at the bottom of the wall, you know. So it's pretty similar in that fashion, you know, because it kind of, the roles are kind of reversed, you know. It seems like Eren is attacking, you know, Reiner's village, and in season 1 it was you know, Reiner and Bertold attacking Eren's and Mikasa's and Armin's village, you know. So it was kind of symbolic. It's kind of symbolic the way that they did that, and I really like it, you know. And you know, the art is incredible in that shot right there. I really like how they did you know, Eren's Titan form, but like I said, it's pretty similar to that shot right there, you know, of the colossal Titan, you know, looking up the wall. And then, you know, later in that key visual, we can see Eren preparing to fight with his blades, you know. That was, I think, the first key visual for the first season. So it's really symbolic, man. And I think they did a great job of doing something like that, because you know, it's the final season, man. I can't believe it. The final season, it's gonna become my favorite anime of all time. I can't say if it's the best one, because there's a lot of anime out there, and there's a lot of different genre of anime, but it's up there for me, you know. But I just can't wait for the final season. It's gonna be incredible, and I'm guessing that because there's the final season, the manga is over by now, so that's something. But yeah, I'm glad that the final season of Attack on Titan is not gonna be a shit show like a lot of other shows that ends, all of their stories, because I think the final arc of Attack on Titan, I think it's been well received, and it seems like the anime is gonna be great, and it will have a great ending, because for me the ending of an anime is not just the story but how they do the story, the animation, the art, and everything like that. So it seems like Attack on Titan is in good hands with Studio Mapa. It was with Studio Wit for I think the first 3 seasons, and they did a good job. But it seems like Studio Mapa is doing some great things too. They've done other animes. I can't think of it on the top of my head, but they're a good studio, and I think they'll do a good job of doing this last season justice, because it's one of the greatest shonen anime of all time in my opinion. So we'll see how all of this is gonna end. I don't know when this the final season is coming out because of all the pandemic and everything like that. Maybe I think it was supposed to be in 2020, end of 2020, or maybe 2021. I'm not sure, but because of everything that is happening right now, it's probably going to be postponed. But yeah, man, something that we've learned a lot in the last season of Attack on Titan, the third season of Attack on Titan, is that there's a lot of kind of racism, in the show, between two nations, the Marlians, and then the people in the wall. And the same thing kind of happens in today's world. We all know the systemic racism in every country basically that has minorities, and especially in America right now. I'm Canadian, so there's racism in Canada too, but it's not as seen as in the United States, but there's racism everywhere, and we've all seen what's happening right now in Minneapolis, and it's horrible that police officers can do all of these things to black minorities. I just want to send my prayers to George Floyd and his family for his death. He was an unarmed black man killed by a cop. Once again, it happens way too much. I'm a black Canadian, and it's something different to be black in and a minority in a country, so man, it's hard to talk about. But yeah, man, I just wanted to send my prayers. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video, man. Follow me at Anime Specialist on Twitter and Instagram, and like, comment, subscribe. It would help my channel a lot. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Anime Specialist out. Peace.